Hello, and welcome to Rainbows and Razor Blades Productions, where chaos reigns in all of our content. Welcome to tonight's episode of Madness Takes Artena. Let us meet our players, or sacrifices, if you will. No, I'm joking. We will start with Izzy.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I'll be playing Paintbrush tonight. I finally made a Twitter, so you can find me on Instagram and Twitter.
No
Izzy
way.
Tilda, all at one.
Where is
I will have to
this?
update your command then.
Do we get group inspiration for that? Look, you gotta ask.
And Mary.
Hi, I'm Mary Kate Mead. You can find me on socials at Nerd on Wheels 15, where I chat about disability, TTRPGs, and everything in between. I am playing Amariel, the half-elf paladin.
Oh yeah, Izzy, who are you playing?
I'm playing Paintbrush. He is a Tabaxi elf monk.
And Skeg.
Hello, everybody. I'm Skagwater RPG. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and that's pretty much it under that. And yeah, today I will be playing Lustin Fire River, the fighter warlock.
Ooh.
Oh.
Danny.
Hey, I'm like playing Trenton. People like to work me too hard and I don't like it. I'm playing Trenton Sunstar, Wizard Rogue who likes to make things go boom. But he doesn't like to work at all. And I'm an elf. And you can find me on my socials, all those Dr. Snugglebutts. I just woke up. My brain not functioning that well. That's not gonna do. My character has high intelligence. I have morning intelligence.
And Steve.
Hi, my name's Steve. I go by Hermes4939, most places on the internet. You can find me on Twitter at W9Steve. I am playing Arrow, the Vidalcan cleric Kriskos, and who has a slight drinking habit and is going to probably try to sell their bagpipes for some money. So that's about it.
And I'm Kristen, your DM for this evening. And I will just be being every other person that isn't one of the PCs. I too have weird brain today, so it's going to be entertaining.
This is going to be a great session.
We do have ways to affect the game. You can either go to our coffee link and give them some advantages or maybe even some disadvantages over there. We also do now have channel points because we are officially affiliate and you can subscribe, and there are various ways to affect there. We do have many shows, so make sure that you look and see if those channel points are actually related to this current show, if you do so spend them. And now, recap of our last game. Last week, the party teamed up with the mysterious merc Aklis Rahavnan in a fight against 3 members of the Whispers of the Ended, one of whom they dispatched, a creepy changeling that was making vague threats against Mariel, one of whom they intimidated into telling the Whispers that they were ended, and then to hightail it into hiding with his wife, and last, a bugbear, who came by the way of the Feywild and the Witchlight Carnival, and has become friends with Paintbrush. His name is Bob. Bob the Bugbear. And they had been talking about trying to find him lodging at the Amaranthine Academy, so we'll see how that goes tonight. After some discussions, we find our party sans Trenton, who was last seen in an alley talking to Hurt Sandy, or as he tried to call her, Handy or Cert, and getting information about General Nolstrom, as well as a directive to send on any information they gather about either the Plaqueir or Neodar to help them further their aims. So we are back in the Wacky Mole Tavern. First off, Trenton, Do you go back to the tavern after your mysterious meeting in the alley, or do you go elsewhere?
I'm gonna roll for that because, like, I feel like that's more work, and I feel like I'm off the clock. I rolled a 2. I don't know. I'm gonna say I just go to like take a nap because I'm like so over it. I'm like, we get attacked. I couldn't finish my drink. And it's just like so overwhelming that I need like my beauty sleep.
So,
Just too much.
it's
Just too
still light
much.
out, which considering that the sun has to struggle to get through the storms when it's evening, it's probably the analogous of 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I begrudgingly go back to the group because I realize it's too early. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm so tired. Like on an emotional level, and there's just like no way I can trance right now.
All right, so as he heads back, what are the rest of you currently doing? Aklis has disappeared. You look up and he's just gone.
I'm going to, on my magic paper, to my mentor, Seth Zira.
Yeah.
Do like an introduction for Bob. Hey, I have a new recruit. His name is Bob, the Bugbear. I think Bugbear may be his last name. And I wanted to see if he could come home. I promise he'll be good. Love you, bye.
You get a note back of, well, if he's willing to train as a monk, we can absolutely house him here and go from there. Otherwise, yeah. Bugbears are cool. And it just ends.
Thank you. And a little smiley face. Bob, I think I got you a home.
Well, we really?
Yeah. Well, you'll have to train, but it'll be a home for a little bit or a lot bit, depending how good you are.
Training what? I'm a rogue.
Oh, see, you're agile. It's a monk school.
So I can be both a rogue and a monk. I can be a mo.
Yes. And I'm gonna look around. I'm like in one hand have my little ball of yarn, hoping that Trenton comes back.
You see him begrudgingly slowly walk back. It's like,
Okay, I'm much more calmer now. And yeah, Bob. So after this, we'll go to the Amaranthine Academy and introduce you to everybody.
Okay, that sounds good. I don't really know what to do right now though, but I do know. Let me actually open up his character sheet because I did not open that up. Make sure I'm not lying to you.
Bob has now been completely fleshed out as what was supposed to be a minor interaction. Now Bob is life.
Bob is actually the BBEG.
Oh no.
We just invited him in.
Well,
I can play the bird pipes if you want some music.
Oh yeah, that'll. Is it too late to party, you guys? I look around at Errol, Amriel, and Leston.
It is, my friend. It is never too late to party.
It's a little late to party.
Let Bob play what you please.
And I'm going to.
Did you know that you can have proficiency in bird pipes, but you can't add bird pipes to inventory? So we'll just pretend he does.
It's an analogy for life.
Darth Bob. All right. So yeah, he just kind of like sits on the floor by Paintbrush's seat and just kind of like leans against his leg and plays the bird pipes as kind of a background noise for you all.
I'm
See what he
gonna,
rolls for a performance check.
Sure, he can do that.
I'm gonna accompany him with my flute. So I'm gonna pull out my
Okay.
flute from
Roll
my
a
little pouch.
performance check. Let's see how this goes.
Uh-oh. Okay. 11.
I have a
That's what he got
mini.
too.
I have a mini aneurysm, and I psychologically cannot handle an
Cannot
11,
take-
so he gets a 14 on the die with my poor enroll.
So 14 plus whatever your performance is,
Cannot-
Paintbrush.
17 altogether.
I saw this
Okay.
not being terrible, otherwise I would not have gone back.
So yeah, Bob is a little tentative because he's in a new setting and maybe hasn't played in a while. And then you start to join in and you're kind of matching that tentativeness. And then you do actually see Trenton walk full into the wacky mole and he just gives you a look and you sit up straighter and play a little better. What about the other three of you?
I think I'll motion Trenton to come over to the table and sit down. And Trenton, did you find anything when you were searching through any of the people on the ground that did you find anything of interest?
I hand you a crowbar, a candle, a bell, a string.
Okay, how about
10
the information-wise, Trenton? Did you find anything interesting?
No, I'm actually interested in all of this as well. So that's
hammer, 2 oil flasks, a tinder box, 50 feet of hempen rope, a hooded lantern, a bag of ballberries.
So you
And
found
that's
a
all
bunch.
doubled because you guys took Dukes off of him
You-
before he left.
You found a bunch of junk, is what I'm hearing.
A flute.
these
a
hooded lanterns are
disguise key.
nice. So yeah,
It's still junk, no matter how you look at it.
well, so says you. All right. Well, I'm gonna take some of this stuff over to Cobnos and see if he wants these as I pick up my bagpipes. I think he's got something I might be able to trade for some of this stuff. So I'm gonna head back to Cobnos and possibly cook him dinner. If anyone wants something else for dinner other than what's here, I'm gonna probably cook him dinner and see if I can butter him up and see if he wants these bagpipes.
All right. Amariel and Lustin, any other things you're doing?
Not really. I'm just so no, not right now.
At some point, I probably am gonna try. I don't know if I'll be successful, but I kind of want to see if I can get Trenton aside for a minute, like as like this party's kind of going on.
Do you let her take you aside or do you resist?
Do I have alcohol in my hand?
Yes.
I am fully complicit in being moved. If that is what is happening, I do not fight it.
So yes, you can pull him aside and have your conversation.
I was just wondering, and I don't mean, I probably come off a little bit more, I guess, direct than what probably happens here, but why do you run away from people that care about you?
I feel like this is a loaded question. And he just chugs the rest of his drink.
Give me a constitution saving throw to see how honest you're going to be.
Ooh! I rolled a 17 plus 2 for 19.
All right. Yeah. If you want to try and fudge things, you can probably get away with it without it being very obvious. But if you are deceptive, it will be a contested roll.
Hmm. Mario, it's not really I run away. It's more of I'm not used to working with other people. And there's a simplicity in working alone,
Oh,
right? Take Paintbrush. If Paintbrush is in front of me and I cast Catapult, it's gonna go through him. Now, if Paintbrush is not with me because I'm alone, it just goes straight to my target. And now I understand that a group can be a wall to protect one person. But then that means I have to go through a wall to stop someone from hurting that wall. So it could be great, but it could also be very dangerous.
oh, I thought it was just that. Well, I don't know. I just have never seen so many people be so familial before. It's nice. I just don't know why anyone would go away from that.
Well, I pretty much grew up alone. I just had some interactions with Paintbrush growing up, but the
Oh, you didn't grow up with your parents either?
no, I grew up with them, but if
Oh,
depending on your position in the world, even if you're with someone, you may not be with them. And so you learn to act and live and get through your day a certain way. And I don't know. I've just met all of you for like a few days and we've almost died like 3 times. Like that's a lot. Like a lot.
yeah, it is.
So
There's excitement.
there's going to be there should be some kind of unease. Like am I bringing this danger to everyone? Is someone else? We don't know what's going on. And he's just like, so fucking much work, and I hate doing work. Like, you don't know how much I hate work.
Oh, no, I can understand. I just want to make sure you are okay and everything.
Like, did you see the giant hole I put into a wall with a rock?
That was
And
very impressive.
but if I can't see where I'm throwing that rock, it could have gotten and hit you.
But I wouldn't have been upset.
You may not have been conscious to be upset.
I guess that makes sense.
Or like, what if I like actually hit Errol? Or Lustin? Or Paintbrush? Or what if I killed that poor bugbear who's clearly a little deficient?
I mean,
Like, I would have felt so terrible because clearly he's just a follower. He doesn't understand anything of what's going on around. Like they were painting his nails in the middle of combat. Come on.
that was I've never really seen that before where I'm from. It's
Yeah,
nice how friendly you all are to each other.
my concern is the lines can get blurred and choices might be made. And I'd rather avoid having to make a choice.
I get it. I made that mistake too. And I'm just gonna give Trenton a hug.
He
And
just stands there like a pencil. Like he does not know how to deal with like this like inner like oh god, this personal space. Why do
And,
people not understand personal space? Like he doesn't say it out loud. He just thinks that he's like, oh god. And then he just like does like a little like head pat. Okay. We're
And then
past the
I'll-
second
just-
hug rule.
I'll just go to the back to the table.
And I go to the bar.
Errol, as you walk over to Cobnos's with your armfuls of randomness. Let me see.
Oh, this poor man. This drunken stepson that comes to sell him random stuff.
I'm gonna quickly message you on Discord the full list, like really quickly.
Okay.
I thought I did that, but I did not.
I do know that Trenton was going to keep hold of the 2 extra sets of thieves' tools because that will come in handy if he really screws up on a law. But otherwise, yeah, you would definitely get enough, including the bagpipes, to get the ring of truth telling.
Okay.
So how do you approach Cobnos about it?
Well, we'll kind of come in, and Errol kind of comes in and has this fabric and tubes kind of over his shoulder, and he's kind of dirty because there was a battle, but not surprised. It's kind of surprisingly, Errol was not injured, thankfully. So it's no worse for wear generally, and he comes in and kind of in the bagpipes, and he kind of says, "It's been a day. It's been a day."
I mean, I heard the ruckus outside, but whatever. Bring it over.
Yeah. So he puts down the bagpipes. He says, "I can't play these. I don't know if you want them or not." And they put up like a hooded lantern, and then slap the rope up there. And he said, "I got some items. I got some coin in my pocket. If you want to trade for the ring that I found earlier, rummaging through your stuff, great. If not, I can bring back some other stuff."
He kind of looks for a second. He's like, "One moment." He jumps off of his stool and goes over to his filing cabinet that you're like, "Oh no, don't touch, because you had to reorganize his filing when you came to work.
Mhm. And I yelled to him in the back, and I said, "I'll make dinner too. You can pick."
He's like, okay, one moment. And he starts looking through requests from customers. Yes, I do have a buyer for those bagpipes.
Okay.
Certainly. Let's see, you've got this, some math. And you do quite a good job at helping me out around here. So yes, here you go. Here is your ring.
All right,
And you can either keep that for yourself, or if it would be more beneficial to somebody else in the party, you can figure that out.
I'll definitely pick it up and then go, and then kind of I'll cook him something while I'm there. It's probably going to be some sort of stew or soup. Just cut up some vegetables, cut up some meat, toss it in a pot with some broth and salt and everything like that. I'm gonna leave it on the stove. I'm gonna leave it over, kind of push it over the fire. And I said, work on some stuff for, only takes about half hour. So work on 2 requests and then pull that off the fire before it burns. And then I'll be back tonight. Okay.
Okay. It will probably burn while I am looking at stuff, but I will try.
That's all we can ask. That's all we can ask. Thank you again. And I kind of flip the ring up and grab it and then kind of head out. And then I will head back to the bar.
So he does come back lighter of arm and
Mhm.
with a new ring. It's shiny.
And I'll just gather everyone around the table, and I said, if everyone's got a minute, I picked this up from Cobnos next door, and I wanted to see if anyone other than me might be interested in it. And I put it down. I said, apparently it seems to helps you determine whether someone is lying or not. And for everyone, for players' knowledge, is you have advantage on wisdom or insight checks to determine whether someone is lying to you or not. And I said, so since I sold, some items that we got from working together, I wanted to see if anyone is interested in this, since we all kind of killed the guy. Then I'll just kind of put
And
the
just
ring out and
as
see.
above table knowledge, everybody but Lustin has fairly decent insight.
Mhm.
We can't hear you, Skag.
Insight.
It does not go to me at all. Nope.
Okay.
I
Not
am
really the
terrible
best at
people.
reading people.
I'm like fairly decent at reading people, like a good 6 points internally.
Okay. Well, no, and I'll slide it over to Trenton. And I said, all right, here you go. And I kind of, if Trenton reaches for it, I kind of put my finger on it some more and I said, I know you're really smart. I know you know what you're doing, even though you put up this, everything is terrible.
Cause it's so much work.
I know.
Work is terrible. That's why it's called work.
I know. You're
Just-
important. Okay. You'll be all
Ugh.
right. And I slide the ring over the rest of the way, and then I go up to the bar and grab a drink.
So tired.
So yes, you can add a ring of truth telling to your inventory, Trenton.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Very helpful.
And as you're all sitting there, and at least Bob is still playing. I don't know if Paintbrush is still playing with him. He does kind of stop for a second, and he's like, if I'm going to learn how to be a monk, does that mean I get monk's robes?
Oh yeah. I don't know if I brought them with me, but they're purple.
Bob the Bugbear. Can he hit it? Bob the Bugbear. Yes, he can.
I take 1d4 psychic damage.
Right.
IRL. Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
you get nice purple robes, and you'll have to work your way up, but I feel like you can do it.
Okay. Can I go now? Can you go and take me and introduce me to somebody? Because I really like a place to belong that's not with people that are doing bad things.
Yeah. And I'll put my flute away, shake everyone's hand. Good night. Good night, Errol. Good night, Mario. Good night, Lustin. And you. Don't disappear again. And I'll shake Trenton's hand good night, and then take Bob to the monastery. The
Yeah,
academy.
so when you get there, you need to take him into, it's the same room where the secretary for the headmaster is, but it's for quartering and enrollment, basically the administrator's office, if you will. And you get him set up with somebody, and you're like, oh yeah, great guy. Saf-Zero said it's okay. Do you take him and show him his dorm and all that?
Yeah, I want him to feel welcome, so I'll give him the tour.
So he's got his arm full of blankets and pillows and his robes, and he's just looking around, and it's like, I never got this with the Whispers. I mean, they trained me to be a rogue and all, but I slept on the ground and they didn't like my music, and this seems better.
Yeah, and then if you want to train with me in the morning, we can train. I know how to throw daggers.
I can throw daggers too. We can have a dagger off. See who's better.
Yeah.
But you get him to his room, you get him settled. While he's off doing that, that takes him a good hour with helping him fill out paperwork and getting settled. So it would bring us to about 6 p.m. Y'all can get some more shopping done. If anybody had some of that, you can talk to some NPCs, you can talk to other PCs, or you can just claim you're tired and go to bed.
What are the other shops? There's a couple other shops that are right around here, isn't there? There's Filled to Capacity. Is that close to
Let me
here?
look. I have to remember where I put my list.
Asking the hard stuff.
The hard questions need to be answered.
So yeah, there's the blacksmith who's in the area who runs He Who
Ooh.
Smelt It.
Love that.
There's Zalivia who runs the Gemstone Couture. There's the For Real where they have pets. And then Cheeky Song, yes, does run Filled to Capacity in the area.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pop over and see Cheeky Song over at Filled to Capacity.
All right.
And then we're gonna wander in there and say hi. And I'm assuming I've been in here one or two other times, at least a
Yeah,
couple other
it's
times.
kind of similar to Cognos's in that, you know, there's some magical stuff, some non-magical stuff. And Cognos is a hoarder, but nowhere near as bad as Cheeky Song.
Yes. All right.
Well, let's
Yeah.
go. Lustin's gonna go with Arrow then.
Okay.
Well, I suppose I should say I'm going to let everybody know. And I said, well, it's still early in the evening, and we've gotten some shopping done. I'm going to head over to Filled to Capacity and see if we can poke around and find something else exciting. Does anyone else want to go?
I will definitely come. I want to see this place.
Trenton, you want to go? Marielle?
Sure, I'll
I'll-
go.
Go.
Okay. I think prior to going in, I'll ritual cast Detect Magic, just to
Okay.
make it a bit easier to sift through the excitement, and then wander in and to say hi.
So as you walk in, this tabaxi woman of an undeterminate age, she could be younger, but she is covered in gray fur. She does have some black markings on her ears and her tail. She's about 6 feet tall, and very exuberant. As you walk in, she literally bounds on all fours from the back of the store. Customers, hello. How can Cheeky Song help you today?
I am already happy that I came. This is an absolute treat.
Oh, well, you can come in, you can see what I have. You know, I always have rope, and I always have rations. And she just starts running around, and like she's like, oh, and I have these fun things. And she grabs out a cloak, and she's like, it is called a cloak of billowing. You put it on, and then she just stands still, and it billows behind her like there's a wind.
Trenton, I think you need this.
Or this. And she holds up an amulet. It is an amulet of Featherfall. But it's not the regular Featherfall. And she puts it on, and she turns into a feather and falls to the ground. and then all of a sudden she's back. There's
That could come in
also
handy.
she's all like, oh, and these are my own creation. These are spiny coins. And she holds up a handful of coins, and they look like normal copper coins. And then she's all like, and ready? And she drops them, and they all hit the ground, and they grow spikes, and they turn into caltrops.
Those I want.
She's like, oh, yes, okay. These are 10 gold for 5.
How many do you have?
I have 10.
You have 10 total.
Yes.
I will take all 10.
Okay, that will be 20 gold, please.
Okay.
And
I
then,
am not haggling over this at all. I want this.
And then as that's all happening, Errol, you do look around, and you do see some chainmail that is glowing. There's 2 sets of chainmail that are glowing. Let me see what colors you might get. I believe that's most of it is going to be an enchantment glow.
Okay.
So there are 2 sets of chainmail that glow with an enchantment. You do see some potions sitting back behind, haphazardly placed around, that seem to be glowing. There is a scroll that glows off to the side. There's some little stones that look like they would be for a sling, those glow. And then there's a stone sitting on the counter amongst other stones that look almost identical, but this one is also glowing.
Okay. And then I'll kind of.
There are a few other scrolls that lightly glow, but nothing compared to the first one you saw.
Okay. And the scroll that glowed quite a bit, is it behind the counter or is it just off on the side?
Oh, it's just up with other random scrolls.
Okay.
Like she might know what she has, but you're not entirely sure. Maybe she's
Okay.
just hoarded it.
I'm going to try to make eye contact with Trenton and try to get in kind of motion with me while Lustin is talking to Cheeky. And then I'm going to walk over to the scroll and accidentally knock it off the shelf where it's at and say, "Oh, can you grab that? I accidentally knocked that down." And then I'm going to make my way over to the chainmail and pick up both and haul that to the front. But while I'm hauling it to the front, I'm going to grab like a cloak off the ground, just some random cloak. I'm going to grab like a couple shoes, like just some other knickknacks, like just general garbage. And I'm going to kind of put it up on top of, like, as a pile onto the counter. And I'm going to try to scoop the stone that lit up into my pile of garbage. And I'm going to push this forward and says, how much can I get for all of this exciting stuff?
She finishes taking the gold from Lustin and she's like, oh, and like she sticks her hands in, like she's not wearing traditional clothes at all. Like mostly it's just her fur. Yeah. And she sticks her hands into what would be pockets if she was wearing clothes. So you're suddenly wondering if she's wearing extra fur.
Hey, that's fine.
Do you have like another animal? Are you wearing, like, what are you wearing exactly?
Don't yuck someone else's yum. She's fine. She's great.
I'm just
She's not listening to you. She has shoved the gold into her pockets and she bounds towards the front and like flips over Errol's head to the front and she's like, okay, one thing at a time. And she does go through each thing and look at it.
She is absolutely adorable. I am not knocking her at all.
But she's like, yes, the magical chainmails. Thought you could sneak those past me. One of them is chainmail that is armor of resistance against radiant. Okay. And she's like, that is 6,080 gold.
You thought you could be sneaky.
And then, oh yes, fine, mithril chainmail. This is 875 gold pieces.
I need to get in contact with my family now, like big time.
I'm just gonna pick up the rock. How much for the rock?
This is a stone of controlling earth elementals. 8,000 gold pieces.
I am surprised that you have this much knowledge on all of your things.
I love all this stuff. How much for the dirty shoe?
You can keep that for free.
I'm going to put the dirty shoes in my bag.
You have also swiped up a couple of gemstones.
Mhm.
There is a sardonyx worth 50 gold pieces, and a peridot worth 500.
Okay.
There's a random horn musical instrument that's 3 gold, and a blowgun that you picked up.
Okay.
Okay,
It's 10 gold.
one
Okay.
more question for you, ma'am.
She flips back over Errol and bounds back over. Yes?
Do you have something to clean a seashell with?
Oh, polishing cloths. I use those for rocks. 1 minute. And like bounds back over and jumps back into the back of the room, and like she has those push swing doors, and you can see there's a ton of rocks back in the back that are like, some are polished, some are halfway polished, and she grabs a couple of the cloths and she's all like, these, since you like my caltrop spiny coins, you get these for free.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
She comes back over and she's like, so can you afford these things, or were you just trying to be sneaky?
I was interested in all of these things. I cannot afford most of these things.
You are clever. I like you.
I'd like you
Maybe when you have more money, you come back and I give you a deal.
to. Oh, I enjoy
I have a
deals.
question.
Huh.
Can I make a check to see whether these are good deals at all or whether this is highly upcharged?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
kind of, I want to see.
I do the same thing now that I have better insight with that.
Mhm.
I guess, what do I need to make a check? What check?
Make an insight check.
Great. +1. Let's go. I could get a nat 20. Who knows?
I rolled 2 5s, so
15.
Okay. As you like hear her saying some of the names of the items, they might be a little pricey, but not extravagantly over what it would normally be, like maybe a 5% overcharge.
Gotcha. The
But,
one thing I remember from where I am from is you don't just accept a deal at face value.
Fair.
So I am definitely like, she's screwing us over. Like, just that back in the head thought, and I'm like, I'm not gonna push it. But yeah.
Triton, as you're over by the scrolls, the one that he had knocked down is a scroll of Phantom Steed that would be 400 gold. But there are a couple for cantrips, scroll of Control Flames, there's scroll of Vicious Mockery, some lower level ones, scroll of Command, scroll of Hex, scroll of Identify.
how big of a commotion was it?
I'm trying to make a very big commotion.
And she's bounding back and forth, and she's not really looked over at you at all. So
I'll try and nab like a few scrolls.
roll me a sleight of hand check.
And I will be asking about the Cloak of Billowing and the Featherfall Amulet on the cost of those as well. Can I give him advantage? Can I give him advantage since I'm trying to make a scene?
Yeah,
I'm
sure,
trying
absolutely.
To ask? Okay.
Let's see.
So she grabs the Cloak of Billowing again and puts it back on, and the Cloak of Billowing for the discerning eye, 5 gold. And for the Amulet of Featherfall, I mean, it only lasts for like 5 seconds, so it's not really helpful, but it's a fun party trick. It is 10 gold.
I feel like if you want to be majestic as fuck, you get that Cloak of Billowing.
Yeah. What do I got? And I'll call back. Amariel, do you want to be billowing? Do you feel billowing? Do you feel billowy?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. I will take the Featherfall Amulet. I'm gonna be a sucker for a party trick.
All right. Yeah. So that's 10 gold. And it literally, like, for 5 seconds, you just turn into a feather and fall to the ground.
100%. And as I'm passing her the gold, I will ask, now, now that we've made a couple purchases, is there anything really fun that you have that's within a fun price range? Something that's
We'll
you're
come back to
excited
that
about.
after,
Yes, after
Trenton tells
yeah.
us the sleight of hand check.
Mhm.
Well, I have a +7
Uh-huh.
and I rolled a 19. So I got a 26.
Roll me a d6.
4.
So you do manage to get 4 of them into your pockets surreptitiously. I am going to roll a d4 to see. Actually, 1, 2, 3.
I definitely would have tried to do the Phantom Seed one.
If I roll a 6 on any of these d6s that I'm going to roll for what you get, you might get it. Nope. Oh, wait, I got to re-roll one. Okay, so you'll get the Scroll of Vicious Mockery. You get Scroll of Control Flames. Or no, sorry, Scroll of Command. Scroll of Command. The Scroll of Identify and the Scroll of Hex.
I make a
Okay.
mental note of where the Phantom Steed one is.
Yeah, like you tried to put it in your pocket. It was like the last one you were trying to get. And she chose that moment to look over. Oh, do you need any help, young sir? Young
Nope,
gentleman?
I'm like really fine. I'm like really good.
Okay. If you have any questions about those scrolls, please let me know. And then give me 1 second to look up the weird items that I have come up with in this shop to find the most weird ones.
Hey Trenton, how much would Paintbrush like to be majestic? Like more majestic than what they already are?
Sure.
Okay, I'll take the cloak.
Okay, so yeah, the cloak is 10 gold. Or 5 gold. 5 gold, sorry.
Okay.
The
I was like,
amulet.
wait a second.
Okay. I remember what I said.
I like this place. This is going to be a fun place to be.
I have a very long list of items I've come up with for the shop.
That's the best.
Oh, do we still have, does Kofi still have the cursed item thing?
Yes.
Somebody give me a cursed item, please. I will accept it.
I have a Pearl of Decay that I'm pretty sure is cursed. Pretty sure.
Might be. Now that I say that,
So, okay. She's like, oh, you want something really weird and really fun? She goes back into the back room and she comes out with a bag that jingles like it's ball bearings. But when she's open it, they're bear ballings. And so it's a bunch of little bears. And she's like, watch this. And she takes it and she throws it on the floor and it becomes like a 4-inch bear that then just like rolls around on the floor and plays.
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I mean, it's fine. You know, you like those things.
Leston's trying to hold in his excitement because bears. He's gonna go up and like try to pet it, the little one.
It kind of holds onto your finger and swings a little bit.
Gosh,
He's like,
damn it.
it lasts for 1 minute. I will give you the whole bag for 20 gold.
Oh,
Be like this, just having it just dangle on my finger, like
yeah.
20 gold, you say, huh?
Yes. And it's easily 100 of these things in there.
Fuck.
I'll tell Lesson, I said, I'll split it with you. 10 and 10.
How do you guys get that much money? I'm so confused.
I did some work, found that missing kid and some other things like that. So, but I'm happy to either split the bears with someone. And
Oh
then,
no, I'm good. I was just wondering like how it works. Like
Oh,
we don't
well.
use money where I'm from, so
no, that's okay.
I just have a lot of people owe me things. Works
And
out.
that's okay too. And if Lesson's not interested, I can buy half the bag for 10.
Okay, we'll do halvesies.
She's like, okay, here you go. And after the
dumb.
minute, it does just turn back into the little bear. And she's like, it is great for distractions at parties if you need to sneak out.
It's adorable. So not only do we have bears and caltrops. Oh, I need to talk to somebody. I'm getting ideas now.
And so she's kind of like walking around. She's all like, yes, new friends. They love my fun things. Please do come back and I will let you know when we have fun things and I will give you deals on the fun armors and we will see where we go from there. You can always remember, Cheeky Song always does the good deal.
Okay, Cheeky, we'll see you later.
Thank you, Cheeky.
Have fun. And she grabs another cloak of billowing and just kind of like dances in the middle of the store.
See, I knew this was going to be a good purchase. Because now paintbrush is going to be majestic.
Paintbrush is going to be majestic as they already are. And we walk, and once we get outside the store, I look at Trenton and I said, did you get anything?
I got a couple of things, but like we should talk about this further away.
Yeah, you had a good experience. You had a good experience.
I had a wonderful time window shopping.
And I will kind of give him like a proverbial kind of fist bump as we walk off.
You are a very odd cleric. I like this.
I grew up with a bunch of merchants and haggling, and so we're okay. We're doing okay.
Trenton, give me one, we'll call it a general dexterity check to see if you managed to make it look like nothing was missing enough to fool her.
Oh, dirty 20.
So you're pretty confident that like you had some extra school scrolls in your bag and you like as you were grabbing the scrolls you were replacing them, and so you were able to not only get the scrolls but you have just there's some empty scrolls in there that look similar enough that she probably isn't going to notice.
Wonderful.
And as you all head back out into the now growing evening, this is where we are going to take our break. And we will see you back here in about 5-10 minutes. Hello, and welcome back from our break. And because I have a special ask from Allie, hey Skag,
God damn it.
you
I
look
saw
cute.
it too. Nope. Nope. I hate all of you.
Did I miss something?
On Twitter.
I hate all of you.
I missed something.
That is so
The
bad.
the lovely Allie, who actually designed the RNR logo for us, told Skag that he looked cute in his outfit for tonight.
No.
And he says, I'm not cute. And so she pinged me and she's like, hey, tell him on screen he's cute.
He does look cute.
Better
Oh.
than fetch.
No,
Anyways,
I'm
thank
not
you
cute.
for bearing with that fun moment of our personal lives. Also, as a reminder, we have merch. If you go to our bonfire, we do have logo merch, and we now have words are hard, y'all. My saying that when I stop knowing how to word, I say
Like right there.
designed by the lovely Cat Autumn Knox, our producer, and pretty much wizard of all things. And with that, we jump back in. Our party just finished visiting a Cheeky Song and stealing some scrolls and buying some interesting joke items. And now, with that, I would say it's getting close to like 7, 8. Like, it's reasonable you'd be going to bed now.
No, now it's time to party. This is party time.
So, you may go to sleep, but you don't have to.
No, I need to go
What
talk
do
to.
you choose to do?
I need to go into the shell and I need to talk to friends.
You can try.
Fine.
Is there a graveyard in town too?
Yeah.
Okay. I will be, as the sun's setting, I will be heading there. Just generally doing cleanup, like just picking up around the place, getting stuff taken care of. I haven't been here in a little bit to take care of Priscos stuff, which is, making sure that the graveyards are respected and taken care of, and kind of knocking on the door of whoever's taking care of it and introducing myself. And
Oh, you've
taking care
absolutely
of it.
met the
Yeah.
caretaker here before, and
So-
there's a tiny shrine to Priscos that is in the central mausoleum. And
Yeah, so I'll just be kind of going there because we did kind of accidentally rob a merchant, which is not big on Priscos' list of things to do.
If
So
he
we're
didn't
going
want you to do it, he would have made sure it didn't happen.
I didn't do it. I knocked a scroll off the thing and I asked you to pick it up. I didn't tell you where to put it.
You
So-
enabled.
So anyway, so that's what I don't necessarily need to RP anything, but that's what I'll be doing for the evening after I go pull the stew off the low burning fire.
because
So I'm gonna
Hobnaz
buzz by
absolutely
there.
forgot that.
And because it's on, I'm either I would have put in a swing or it's on a swing at this point. So I would have pulled it off the swing, throw a couple more logs on the fire, and then told him what I was doing, and then be back.
All right. Yeah, you head over there, and as you walk through the gates, you are met by, from around the corner, some extra long, creepy fingers kind of pull around. And this fey-looking creature that doesn't really fit into town anywhere, and that's why they take care of the graveyard, peeks around. Like, he's got a pointy nose and the pointy ears, but they're more like bat ears kind of thing. And he's like, oh, hello, friend Daryl. You come to help tonight?
You came to help tonight. You want a bowl of stew?
I love stew.
Mm,
Let us go
Cobnas-
eat, and then we will do the thing.
Yeah,
and
Cobnas
for-
kind of let it burn, but it should be serviceable.
And for all that he's got like the elongated features and the hands and the face, when you actually get around the corner, he's like 3 foot nothing and this squat little waddling
Mhm.
man.
Yep. And so, come on, my friend, we'll get something to eat and I'll get some work done.
Excellent. And he kind of takes one of his really long fingers and picks up the hooded lantern that he uses and kind of sways it as he waddles up to
Yeah.
the mausoleum.
Kind of, and you hear in the background, you're like, I found some bagpipes today. Those are wild. You ever seen those? Kind of
They sound like a fart.
And I kind of walk off, and I give him some of the apple brandy, or the apple Everclear, and I'm assuming that, like you said, people kind of look down on him a little bit. He doesn't get a whole lot of contact, so when I do spend time here, I spend more time here and try to provide him or give him anything that he may not normally get, like the Everclear and the stew and things like that, as we take care of the place.
And you're unclear of what his real name is because he refuses to tell anybody, and he just goes by B.
Yeah. That's okay.
Anybody else have anything after Shiki songs they would like to do?
Well, Lustin needs to go find a paintbrush.
Okay, he did go back to the Amaranthine Academy with Bob.
Yep.
So you can find him there.
Oh, good. Does Lustin know where the Amaranthine Academy is?
You went there with it was with Trenton that you went for the message spells. That's
Yep.
right.
I would have given him like very basic direction.
Very, like, you turn left at that building there. and
Like you
then
just like
turn
go, and then
right.
when when you don't want to go anymore, that's when you make a left, and then there's like a really good coffee like shop. But if it's not the coffee shop with like the coffee cart in front of it, then you've gone too far.
I have a better.
And then like drink half,
Wait.
like, and then like enough time to drink half a coffee backwards, and then that's when you go forward, and it's the third building on your left.
Trenton. I have a better offer. How about you just actually show me where it is?
Cause I'm going to my door.
They're like in the same area. They're all of like maybe a quarter of a mile away from each other.
That's a lot for Trenton. Like it's one of those like he perceives it to be a lot.
Please, if I ask, please.
Fine.
Yes.
And then when we get to a certain distance, I just like point like over there.
Just go straight that way.
Like, okay, it's that building. Okay, bye. I'm too tired for this.
Okay, good night, I guess, Trenton. Have a good time.
And I'm gonna go to La Biblioteca.
Okay.
And I want to see if there's any studious wizards who may have passed out and left all their school supplies out.
Jesus Christ. Roll me a perception check.
Look, Trenton works smarter, not harder.
Oh boy.
24.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 that have fallen asleep while working. 2 of them are with friends, and then there's just one of them that are off by themselves.
I'm going to pop my familiar back out because they've been summoned. I just had them. I don't want them to die, so they're never out. And I'm just gonna have him walk alongside me. And I'm gonna have him give me the help action by being a lookout.
Okay.
So I
Here
can
for it.
swipe any scrolls or stuff that he has left out. Because I'm going to the section of like people from like in my general, like, you know how like you have the area where like the grad students go, the area where like the students who don't want to work go, they just drink coffee with friends and talk on the non-quiet floors. I'm one of the area where like people in like my classes, because I'm like, fuck, I don't know what we're doing in classes, and like I'm gonna like try and steal scroll / homework.
Okay. Cool. So you see one librarian in the area. And for their perception check, they rolled a 6.
My sleight of hand beats it without even
And-
rolling.
And they're like off in the corner. They're doing some filing and humming to themselves. And it's like the librarian that's working with headphones in, basically.
I've definitely like said what's up to this librarian. She's like the cool librarian. She's the one that lets us drink coffee on every floor.
But yeah, she definitely doesn't see you, but still roll sleight of hand to see if the student at disadvantage senses anything.
That would be a 22.
He only got a 15, so
Sleep, he's one. Perceptive wizard. Little shit. I don't feel bad stealing his homework now.
yeah, this is totally the kid in class that, like, as soon as a professor asks a question, has his hand in the air and is the one that, like, he's the Hermione.
This is what you get for asking us, like, oh, what about the homework? Little shit. I take his like scrolls and like notes. 50% to like benefit myself, but 50% to screw him over for being a little shit.
All right, give me 1 second to send a quick message.
And then I'm just gonna mosey on to I'm gonna assume there's like a smoothie place on the first floor of the library. And I'm just gonna have myself a nice like smoothie as I leisurely walk back to my room.
Okay. So yeah, you absolutely got off of him homework scrolls from 2 classes, as well as a small sheaf of like maybe 4 pieces of paper that is necessary for spell writing in your book, in your wizard's tome.
Yeah. And as I just like walk away, I go, peach. And I go and get myself a nice little mango strawberry smoothie. And then I walk to my dorm.
All right. And Lustin, you wanted to go talk to people in your shell?
Yes, after I'm done with paintbrush.
Oh, right. You were going to find paintbrush. That's right. Okay. So as you walk in the direction that Trenton has pointed, there are still a couple people in the front administrator's office as you walk in. A lot of the lights have been extinguished as it's a little bit later, and most people, if they're here, are actual monks. But there is one person that's sitting at the desk, and as you walk in, she's like, "Yes, hello. How may I help you?"
Hello, yes, I am looking for my friend. He lives here. His name is Paintbrush.
Oh, yes, the one always covered in paint. I know who you're talking about.
Yes, that one. Can you tell me where they are? And he's gonna like have this cloak and stuff just in front of him, folded up.
Well, I don't see why it should be a problem for you to go back now. Mostly we don't let visitors back too late. So as long as you're quick about it.
It won't take too long, okay? I promise. Maybe like 2 minutes, maybe.
All right. And she does give you some directions that actually do make sense of, you walk down this hallway and you go down 5 doors and then you turn here and this will take you up to the dormitories, and he is on the 3rd floor and the 6th room on the left.
I need to write that down.
Okay, she writes it down for you.
Okay, thank you. And then
Draws a little map for you.
It's fine. I need something because I don't know. And Lustin will then just walk towards the paintbrush's room and knock on the door.
Make me a general intelligence check to see how well you follow these. Construction.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to get lost. This is going to turn to a fucking maze. I can feel it. Okay, 16. Thank God.
Oh, yeah. No, you find your way there just fine.
Ooh,
All you needed was a 10.
thank God. Okay. Knock, 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 knock.
Oh, hello.
Paintbrush, it's Leston.
Oh, and I'm gonna fling the door open. Hello, come in.
Here, take this. And Leston's gonna throw the cloak. Put it on, and then Leston's just gonna bolt out.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put on my cloak.
And
And
yeah,
that's-
you put it on and like you're like it kind of feels weird behind you because it's not touching your back. And so you turn to look in the mirror and it is billowing behind you, like straight, like almost straight out behind you, just like floating in a non-existent wind.
Oh, I'm gonna like twirl around in circles to see how high I can get it to go. Get dizzy and then take a little sit down. Aw. And those sketchbooks that I bought, I'm gonna sketch the conch shell. I'm like, oh, I'll have to get less than something and I'll sketch a little sketch.
Okay.
I'm gonna sketch a little everyone in my little sketchbook.
Little something for each person in the party as a representation.
Yeah.
All right. As you make your way back out, Leston, anything else before you head back to Cobnos's?
No, that was it.
All right. So you do get back to Cobnos's, up to your room. You do notice that Errol is not currently in his room. But you can go into yours and go into the conch cell and see if anybody's available for a chat.
Yes. As soon as he's in there, he's gonna be like sitting down on the chair that's in there. Because it's just one chair, and then everything else looks like a regular beach. And he's gonna just look up and say, hello? Are any
Roll
of you
me a
three in here?
percentile. Roll me a D100.
Oh boy. Do I even have a percentile ready? No, I don't. Okay. We're gonna No, I was not prepared to roll a percentile. What is this? Oh wait, now I am. Okay, dokie. That will be a 62.
All right. So on a 62, you do see from out of the water, the green-haired mermaid does pop up. You rang?
Yes, I have quick question about spells that you guys are allowed me to cast.
Okay.
There's the one that creates a giant mist around.
Yes.
And I would like to know if maybe possibly I could create more like a ring around me, where it's like a fog wall. That way, like, they can't see in.
So you just want a small fog cloud around
no,
just
I want
you?
I want the full fog cloud, but I want it to be more of a ring that encapsulates things. Like it's just nothing in the middle. Does that make sense?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
It's like a giant fog wall more than a fog cloud.
Roll me a persuasion check.
A persuasion check. I think this one I'm decent at. No, 21.
Okay. Also 21.
Damn it.
She kind of looks at you and she's like, that might be a little above your capabilities currently. I tell you what. Bring us a pretty black pearl, and we will teach
Ooh.
you how to do it.
All right. I think I can handle that. Okay. Good. And Leston will try and remember that he needs to find a black pearl because he doesn't have a piece of paper or anything to write it down on. Actually,
Alright.
I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm going once this is all over, and then he's gonna pop back out and go into Arrow's room and just wait.
It might be a while, but you can.
It might be. If he falls asleep in Arrow's room, he falls asleep in Arrow's room.
And Amariel, anything else?
I don't have much else. I think I don't know.
You did receive the 5 ice petals from
I did. I guess
Melgtris.
I'll try and look into those and see what they can potentially like. I don't want to ruin any of them by like testing things, but I want to like kind of see like try and see what magical properties they
Roll
might be.
a nature check for me on them.
All right. Nature 13.
So as you look at these, they still aren't melting, and they've been in your hands for a few hours now, or at least on your person, and haven't melted yet. They are cool to the touch, but not so much so that you can't just hold them. So it's not like dry ice levels, but it does have a little bit of that like cold mist, even in this cold area that you're in, that comes off of them. You don't sense that they're really going to do anything besides just be this eternal not melting, unless it's, comes into contact with like a fire elemental or something like that. But as you are looking at them, make me a perception check.
Oh no.
The one time.
I rolled a 5.
Does it go down to a 4? Please say it goes down to a 4.
That it was a 6 normally.
Oh.
And that's with the -1.
Yes.
You kind of glance around a little bit, but you don't really notice anything out of place.
Yep, I'm just gonna kind of I'll make sure they're like on my person, so if like someone touches, like if they try to take it from me, like I hopefully have them with me, or else I'll just kind of I don't have much else. It's been a big day. I think it's time for sleep. For Mario.
How long do you stay at the graveyard, Errol?
Probably for a couple hours. I would say that if it's B, right? The caretaker there. Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming B and I will kind of talk and get to working on stuff and mend things, and I'll show him the bears and leave, at least 2 of the bears with him. I would say until at least like 11 o'clock, roundabouts. I mean, a good couple hours without a doubt. And then and then I'll say my goodbyes, and then I make sure I tell him if he needs anything to drop me a line over at Cobnos's. And then I'll walk by Zelvia's place as I'm going back and see if there's lights on there, but I'm mostly just walking by.
Yeah, no, she's not awake. She's a morning person.
Yeah. I will
do roll me a perception check though.
Yep. 1 second. That's going to be, let me make sure. It's going to be a 21. Yeah, because it's investigation. I have tireless precision on, so it's a 21.
Okay. You 1 second. Let me roll this. You absolutely catch the person that is putting something in your pocket.
Okay. I'm going to try to grab them as quickly as I can.
Make an athletics or acrobatics check. They rolled a 26. They failed at their sleight of hand, but they rolled a natural 20 on that.
Yeah, that's an 11. So we miss them. Something fierce.
You do try and grab at them, and they kind of bound away and kind of do a couple backflips, and they're like, "Enjoy!" and just run off. And what you think it is in your pocket.
All right. I'm going to try to dump out my pocket without actually touching what was put in my pocket, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then see what it is.
Yeah, it's exactly what you think it is.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. As I'm yelling, like it was supposed to be delivered in. Oh my God. I pick it up off the ground. Did I break anything? Did I break any of it?
No, it's sturdy vials.
Jesus Christ. I'm literally doing this and standing in the street. Oh my God. Damn unprofessional piece of shit. All right. Put my stuff. I wrap it in a rag and I put it back in my pocket. And as I'm walking by Zelvia's place, I just pull out a piece of paper, really enjoy my my wraps. Thank you again, Errol, and just like shove it in the door and then stomp off home.
All right. And with that, you all do fall asleep and get a long rest.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Lustin.
I was gonna say, and then I find
roll me a
Lustin.
constitution check, Lustin, to see if you're still awake.
Constitution check, huh?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Too far. That's a 19 on the die, so 22.
Yeah. You're still awake.
It's gonna be like just like that mom just like waiting for the kid to come home. Look.
Mm-hmm. I'll kind of walk in and kind of, because with my perception and stuff, or with my passive perception being a 21, I'm pretty sure I can know if someone's kind of in my room. So I kind of just peer around the corner. And I'm like, late night, huh?
I need you to remember something for me.
Okay.
I need to find the black pearl.
Okay.
That is all. I stayed up for this.
I'll hold up a pad of paper. I'm like, this is paper.
I don't have that.
I rip off a piece of paper from my notebook and hand him a piece of paper. You can leave a person a note. And I will pull out the pearl of decay, and it's white, I'm assuming, correct? This is just a normal white pearl.
It had an opalescence to it.
Okay.
But it's kind of a gray opalescence.
Okay. I have this. It's that weird magic ball that we got off that Miffit. And from what I'm aware of, this isn't something that's friendly. This is about the only other pearl I have. I don't know what exactly you need it for, but if you want to check and see if this will work, that's fine. Otherwise, we can poke around town and see if we can find some. I can't imagine between the hoarding locations that we have available here that we can't find something. So if it can wait till morning.
It can wait till morning. Don't worry, Seth. I just wanted to come and tell you that I needed you to remember something for me. But now that I have this piece of paper with me, I will remember it, hopefully.
Okay, well, and then I will write down locate Black Pearl. I'm just saying, if you need to leave me a note, you can leave me a note.
Okay.
I will write it down, and so now we both will have it.
There we go. Yes, we shall tag team this.
That too. All right. There's some stew downstairs that should still be good if you want some before you go to bed. And then Arrow's going to take off his wraps that he wears because it's still pretty cold outside, and we'll kind of make it's a whole process where he kind of makes sure they're clean and make sure they're mended, and then kind of hangs them up before he goes to bed.
Okay. And Leston will go to his door and then go to unlock it. It's locked. and he searches through his bags and he doesn't have a key for the room. Arrow,
Yeah,
I'm locked out.
I will go and do I have a key? Or do I know where there's an extra key? Or do I have to pick it?
You gave it to him.
Okay. I'm gonna try to pick the lock for the place that we live.
Weren't you
And-
in Errol's room? There's no other locks on the doors to the bedrooms.
Oh,
so.
okay. Yeah. Okay, so it's
Okay.
yeah, 'cause I thought he locked his own room. So no, he
Never
can't lock his own
mind.
room. Okay. Good night.
Good night.
And
All
as
right.
you all go to sleep for a long rest, Paintbrush. As you're falling
Uh-oh.
asleep,
Oh no.
you start to fall into what you believe is a dream. But as you're laying there, it feels like you're actually falling. And you feel like you're falling into a sunlit glen. And there's bright lights everywhere. And there's little animals playing. And you kind of come to a rest, lying on your back on the ground. And you just kind of enjoy the moment in the sun. Because this is more sun than Artena ever gets with the way the storms around it work. And as you're laying there basking, you hear a voice. Young one, you are on the right path. But you must keep Trenton on the path as well. He is necessary for what is to come. I look down and saw Danny's face.
I'm gonna stretch really big because it's cold here, so this is nice, warm. And what do we have to do?
The search for the spiral will lead you to 4 distinct temples. I have only heard tales of them. They came before any of the gods of this land. And as the voice keeps talking, you turn your head a little bit and you do see a tall Eladrin elf with long red hair and bright green eyes that is sitting next to you. And you do recognize from descriptions of his avatar that Theodosis is next to you.
I'm gonna just give him a big hug. He taught me how
Much
to
like
paint.
Trenton, he goes stick straight and just kind of is like, okay.
I've been painting everywhere since you gave me the gift. But yes, I'll find these 4 temples.
Just remember, continue to be the light wherever you go, shining onto the darkness of others. And he claps his hands behind your back because you haven't let go of him yet. So he kind of like does that. And the sky cracks open and darkness starts to fall down upon you. And he's like, remember to be the light. And he touches the tip of your staff paintbrush, and where the paint is actually brightens up and colors permanently the paintbrush.
Do I have
And-
forever paint? Oh,
You're unsure quite what he has done. But as the sky splits and he touches your paintbrush and the darkness falls in, you do kind of fall backwards and you feel like you're falling again. And then you feel like you land in your bed and are actually asleep. And on that, do you want to do one more thing? That's fine.
No, I'm just gonna snuggle in closer into my sheets. I'm gonna sleep well.
And on that note, we are going to end tonight's session. I have some real world stuff that I need to go get done. But thank you all for coming to play with us. Thank you all in the audience. It was a blast. Remember that we do have merch and it's amazing. And I swear I can spell. Also, if in future you want to affect this game or others, you could go to our coffee and help us out there. And let's hear from our players and where we can find them and what they have going on. Now, we will start with Steve this time.
Again, my name's Steve, Hermes4939, most places on the internet. On Twitter is at W9Steve. I'm playing here. I'm a mod over at Exquisite Corpse RPG, or Exquisite Corpse Productions with DK and Kristen and all the rest of the fun people. But
And
other
he's
than
going to
that,
be a guest this Saturday.
I am going to be a guest this Saturday. I'm very excited about that. And I'm going to be at Gen Con running games for Magpie and Monty Cook Games. So I'm really excited and thrilled about that. And so thank you everyone for coming.
And Danny.
Hi. Find me on the internet, Dr. Snugglebutts. You can see me on Sundays at 10 Eastern, something Pacific, on Crows of the Damn Shadow Memories, playing Theron. I will burn everything to the ground, Sorcerer Warlock. Because now he has access to Fireball and Counterspell
No, no.
with a +15 to sleight of hand.
Not
But yeah.
right.
It's almost like Danny has a type of character he plays.
I like shiny things.
Shiny thing go boom.
Whether I make it shiny and then it goes boom, or it was already shiny and I go fine. But yeah, that's it.
On that note, Skag.
Hello, everybody. I am Skagwater RPG. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, all the other things under that. And yeah, you can find me here on Mondays. You can find me on Dice Drop Evolution on every other Friday for a Mutants and Masterminds podcast. And hopefully soon with a Icons game.
Nice. And Mary.
Hi, you can find me on socials at Nerd on Wheels 15, and then I'm also on Chaotic Wonderful every other Thursday, and then Tuesdays and Fridays for 2000 Tales. But we have a super special fundraising event coming up starting July 29th all through the month of August. We are doing Dungeons and Donations, which is basically a 5e mega dungeon actual play where we have a bunch of different guests coming in, and we will be almost doing, if D&D players are put into a reality show, having to survive dungeons. It's all for Planned Parenthood and reproductive rights. So come hang out with us as we try to survive through levels 3 to 20 in a matter of 5 weeks.
Intense.
That'll be crazy.
And Izzy.
What?
Hey, I'm Izzy. I am on Instagram and now Twitter under Izzy Talavera, all one, IZZY TALAVERA. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.
Our little Izzy that's only here.
Yeah, only here.
And I am Kristen. I have been your DM for the evening. The one place not on the channel that you can find me is on Saturday nights over on Exquisite Corpse Presents, where I play Candy, and we go back into season 2 this Saturday. And every single player has huge secrets they're keeping from the others. So that's going to be interesting. And by interesting, I mean there may actually be yelling.
Yeah, yelling.
It's going to be intense. Otherwise,
Then
all
why
the
are you
things we
going
have
camping?
Huh?
Then why are you going camping?
Oh,
Int. It clicked.
God damn it. That's payback, isn't it?
There you go.
As far as the channel goes, we do have tomorrow at 1 p.m. the last character for the new Misguided Magic game. The art is going to be done by Maria, who has also done wonderful character art for this game. And now that it has all been scanned through, look for it to be on the overlays eventually, and that is very exciting. Also tomorrow, we have the first one-shot for the new game, Misguided Magic, which will also be run by Maria. She's going to take my character and Abby's character, who have a very interesting bond, through a one-shot to see why we end up where we are for the beginning of the actual game. And then the following week, we will have Allison, Kristen. I will be Chris on that show since we have two Kristens. And Beth, Kristen, and Allison through their one shot to see where they're at. And then we will all come together the week after that to dig into the actual game. Then on Thursday, we have the next episode of At the Threshold with our DM, North Shore DM, or AKA Chad, where he's taking us through interesting ways of getting our memories back, is probably the easiest way to describe it. Then on Friday, we have Somna McSterai, our cyberpunk game that I also run, and they're currently in the prison level and have just made it to the city of the free, and it's going to be an interesting time. Then next week we are on break. Oh, I forgot about chaos. On Wednesday, we have Chaos Commentary, where Kat and I will be talking to our friend Dawn about all things TTRPGs and just, having a nice, fun general chat. It's going to be fun. Next week, we do have this game, and the At the Threshold and Somna McSterai are all on the mid-season break. And then we will come back for the second half of season 1 on all of those. Again, thank you everybody for coming out and joining us. We appreciate you, and hang out for a raid to Q Times.
Bye-bye.
Bonsoir.
We appreciate you.
Baby. I love this so much. Everybody do a freeze frame.
We're out. Oh, that was fun.
Oh, Mary,
God, I
you
keep
muted?
muting myself. It drives me crazy.
Poop.